to the core. Noahsaurus Rex on the prowl, beneath the blood-red cowl. Unstoppable force of night, shadows run from his sight. Stomp the ground, shake the trees, rattle bones, bring you to your knees. Noahsaurus, he's the king, Dino rain he will bring. Noahsaurus, he's the king, Dino rain he will bring. Dino rain he will bring.
Rexie the T-Rex looks around her surroundings. This is a strange area, she thinks. And she looks to her right to see Snock, the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus. She growls loudly as a signal to back off. Snock does the same thing. She's fought with him before, but wait, no she hasn't. What is she thinking about? Whatever. Anyways, as they're about to clash, she hears another roar, but it's not Zeb. It sounds like another T-Rex. Distracted by the noise of the other T-Rex, she walks towards the source of the sound. Snock just looks at her as she walks away, and then Snock just goes into the forest, exploring his surroundings. Terry, the fire-breathing T-Rex, he also looks around, and he sees that there's 6 more cages right next to him. No, wait, there's 7. 6, 7. Ow! What was that for? It's a new year, dude. We're not doing that. Alright, fine. Sorry. As I was saying, out from the cages comes Tromp the Triceratops, which Terry quickly runs towards. They put their heads together and close their eyes as if they haven't seen each other in a very long time, even though they used to be enemies, but now they're basically friends. He also sees Spiny, Ace, Tank, and Paris come out of the cages. But what's in the 7th one? As he waits, out comes the Megalosaurus, a secret dinosaur. It seems that him and all of his friends, except for the Megalosaurus, have been brought here unwillingly. It's strange. I mean, the last thing he remembers is, come to think of it, he can't remember anything at all. Chomp can't either. It seems like none of them can remember the last thing they did. But Terry does recall fighting someone. But who? The Megalosaurus looks at the 6 and walks away. And Terry orders all 5 of the dinosaurs to get into a line. And Terry basically says, "Alright, listen up. This is a strange place that we're in. So I'll tell you what we're gonna do. I say we all split up to see what we're up against. Me and Chomp will go this way, Spiny and Ace, you go that way, and Paris and Tank, you go that way. Alright? Good. Come on, Chomp." Even though Chomp was basically the leader type, but he's always seen Terry as a leader, even though they used to be enemies, and he's killed him a lot of times. Well, even though they really can't be killed because they're basically immortal because they turn back into cards. But Terry's been through a lot. I mean, heck, he hasn't even eaten the proper food he's been giving. The only thing he's been eating is dog food. Although he has too, but he seems a lot more agile than Terry. Because Terry is a carnivore and he's a herbivore. And T-Rex needs a lot to eat. Spiny and Ace go into the woods while Tank and Paris go into the valley. But what they don't know is the Alpha Acro's there too. Also known as Volcano in some cases. Volcano's in his rage mode right now, which means that he gets a lot bigger and he's a lot more angrier. But once he calms down, or he gets fed at the right time, he'll turn back to normal. As Terry's walking, he runs into Rexy. Terry quickly growls, but then he realizes something. Those eyes. He feels like he's seen these eyes before. He feels like he's seen this T-Rex before, and it seems like Rexy thinks the same thing. But Rexy just walks away. And Chomp asks what was that about, but Terry can't get his mind on it. He swears he's seen her before, but not. What is the matter? Maybe he's in a dream, and he doesn't want to be in this dream much longer. He tells Chomp to follow him, and they both make their way into the jungle. The Indominus Rex and the Allosaurus both glare at the D-Rex. D-Rex is a lot bigger than these two. They both look at each other and nod. Once they take care of this guy, they'll both go on their separate ways. Or they'll try to fight each other afterwards. They both charge at the D-Rex while the D-Rex grabs their heads with his hands and pushes them, knocking them aside as they both land on their backs. The Indominus Rex gets up, but the Allosaurus has a harder time getting up due to his armor. The Indominus quickly lifts up the Allosaurus as the D-Rex punches the Indom in the face, and the Allosaurus repels that with a club right in the forehead that seemed to really hurt the D-Rex. The Allosaurus roars loudly as the D-Rex does the same, but then suddenly, a loud thud is heard. All three dinosaurs look up to see the black T-Rex. Not wanting to be a part of whoever this guy is business anymore, all three of them run in separate directions. The black T-Rex has his eyes on someone right now, and it might be a worthy opponent, or just prey. Sauron and Diablo are fighting. It's the battle of the gods, the god of hunger versus the god of evil. Sauron bites Diablo in the neck and throws him into his cage, making Diablo hit his head, but it does barely anything. Diablo quickly gets up and smacks Sauron with his tail. Diablo attempts to do it again, but Sauron quickly bites his tail and manages to throw him in the lava. But Diablo's home is a volcano, and he's the god of evil. Can't kill a god. Well, in some cases you can, but not in this one. Diablo rises from the flames. Sauron quickly charges up a plasma blast as Diablo does the same with his fire breath. They both fire at each other, getting into a beam clash, but then it quickly explodes in the middle, and they both fly away, far away from each other. Diablo lands right next to the Red-Eyed King. He quickly gets up and runs away to not get crushed by him. And Sauron lands right in front of Terry and Chomp. Terry growls with rage. Rage. Terry tells Chomp to get out of here, because he's got this. Hopefully. Rexie's walking through the forest, wondering where she heard that call from, when she sees a river. She goes over to take a drink, when suddenly she sees something moving in the water. As she's looking at it, suddenly it launches out of the water, grabbing her by the neck. She's roaring in pain, backing up until it suddenly lets go. It's another T-Rex, but this one's red. It's Novel Rexy. As Novel Rexy roars at her, it wasn't the same T-Rex that she heard. Rexy roars too, as then she hears the roar again. It's coming from her left. She looks and she sees another T-Rex. The Novel T-Rex quickly roars at the mystery T-Rex, but the mystery T-Rex has a bigger and louder roar than hers, causing Novel Rexy to get a little bit intimidated. But then she decides it's not worth it and walks away. Rexy looks at the mysterious T-Rex as the mystery T-Rex stares at her. It's Ember, the Rebirth Rex. Rexy, being territorial, she growls at Ember, but Ember does something that Rexy doesn't expect. Ember starts to make himself look bigger, and then starts making these noises. She's never heard these before, but they're kind of mesmerizing. You see, Ember, being the only one of his kind on his island, has been looking for a mate. Rexy cocks her head in curiosity, but then she starts to do the same thing. After a minute, they both stop and nuzzle each other. Rexy never thought about this feeling before, but she can't help it. Then they're interrupted by another roar, but it's not the novel T-Rex. It's the Disney's T-Rex. And it seems like he's come to steal Rexy away from Ember. Ember roars loudly as Rexy does the same. The Disney's T-Rex doesn't back down. Ember charges at the Disney's T-Rex. The Disney T-Rex does the same. The Disney T-Rex bites Ember in the neck and throws him aside, eyeing Rexy. Rexy then charges and bites the Disney's T-Rex in the neck. Disney's T-Rex roars in pain, but then gets her to the ground, trying to make her submit to him. Ember sees this and quickly runs over and grabs him by the neck, running. Then it made them both fall into the water. Ember having the water advantage here, but Disney's T-Rex is a lot bigger than both of them. The Disney's T-Rex grabs Ember by the neck and slams him to the river floor, attempting to drown him. But then suddenly, a reverse Spinosaurus comes and surprises the Disney's T-Rex, biting him in the leg, which gives it time for Ember to get out of the water and bites the Disney's T-Rex in the throat. But the Disney's T-Rex manages to get free quite easily. Ember then lets out a loud roar of dominance, saying that Rexy is his. Disney's T-Rex growls and walks away. But this won't be the last time we hear from him again. Ember looks at him as he leaves. Then he walks towards Rexy and nuzzles her. Rexy does the same. Rexy has never met a male T-Rex like him, but there's just something about him that's just so mesmerizing. Ember moves his head, suggesting Rexy to follow him. Rexy agrees, and they both go deep into the jungle. The Indoraptor is looking around, wondering where he's at. He's wandering around in the forest, being very sneaky. He knows how to be very quiet, but he feels like he's being watched. But then he smells something. It smells like it's coming from the ground. He starts digging when suddenly a small dinosaur called Allosaurus comes out and starts running away. The Indoraptor chases it when suddenly he gets pounced by a velociraptor, but it's not any type of velociraptor. It's Riptor. Riptor growls at the Indoraptor as the Indoraptor does the same. When suddenly, Riptor senses that something is coming. She ducks when a tree is broken in two. They both look to see the Night Feeder. They both growl at the Night Feeder as the Night Feeder starts to run towards them. The Indoraptor jumps on a tree and kicks the Night Feeder, catching the Night Feeder off guard. Then Riptor goes and bites the Night Feeder in the neck. The Night Feeder using his long claws to scratch the Riptor. Riptor roars in pain as the Indoraptor comes and kicks the Night Feeder again. The Night Feeder is about to strike at them when suddenly something spooks the Night Feeder. Something big and large is rushing right towards them. They all run away. It's the Disney's Carnotaurus looking for a snack. The Indoraptor and Riptor hide in the bushes. As they're hiding, the Indoraptor swears that the ground feels different. It feels almost metallic. The Indoraptor looks down to realize that it is metallic. It's almost like a door, but it's disguised. Seems like the Riptor noticed it too. The Indoraptor, being very quiet, tries to figure out a way to open the door. Riptor taps her claws 2 times on the door, then suddenly it opens, which grabs the Disney's Carnotaurus' attention, which quickly sends the 2 dinosaurs into the door. The Disney Carnotaurus loses them and starts continuing for a hunt. But the Night Feeder never went away. The Night Feeder soon is in the same spot that the Indoraptor and Riptor were in and begins to follow them. Speckles and Mimos are sleeping. Mimos wakes up and lets out a big yawn. He starts to stretch when suddenly he notices something in the bushes. He can just barely make out that there's somebody in the bushes. It almost looks like a bark of a tree, but it wasn't a tree. He starts to back up, getting a little bit tense, when suddenly the mysterious dinosaur takes a step closer. Mimo starts backing up quickly now, hissing a little bit. But then he realizes Speckles. Speckles can protect him. Mimos lets out a loud roar, managing to wake up Speckles, when suddenly the mysterious dinosaur is revealed. It's One Eye, the one responsible for Speckles' family's deaths. As Speckles looks, all the memories come back to him. He thought that he'd never see One Eye again. After all these years, he thought he'd never see this T-Rex again. After what he did to his family, he will make him pay. Speckles roared loudly with rage as One Eye does the same. Soon they began to fight. Speckles gets a bite in the neck and tosses One Eye to a tree, knocking the tree down. One Eye quickly kicks Speckles in the face as he runs towards him, and managing to bite his neck. But Speckles quickly gets out of it and headbutts him in the face. Aladar, Arlo, and Patchy are walking through the woods when suddenly they notice a small cave. "We can rest here for the night," Patchy says. Aladar is so weak he feels like he could pass out at any second now. As they get closer, they start to hear breathing. And then, two giant eyes open, looking at them. As they back up, a giant baryonyx bursts from the cave. It's Rudy. And he's hungry. The three herbivores run for their lives as Rudy starts chasing after them. They make their way into the woods. As Speckles and One Eye glare at each other, soon they start to hear like it's a stampede. It reminded Speckles of the one time the stampede ruined his life. They both look to see three herbivores running towards him and a giant baryonyx. Speckles quickly starts running, picking up Mimos with him. One Eye runs the other way as he stops and looks back. This won't be the last time Speckles gets away, he thinks. As all five dinosaurs are running for their lives, suddenly they don't hear the footsteps behind them. They look back to see Noahsaurus Rex wrestling with Rudy. Noah is on Rudy's back, holding his jaw upwards. Rudy's trying to bite with his lower jaw, but he can't. But then suddenly he manages to bite Noah's leg, and Noah uses his other leg to kick him in the eye. Then he jumps up and punches Rudy in the face, knocking him towards the ground. Then Rudy's had enough and flees. Noah roars with triumph. "That's what I thought!" "Are you guys okay?" Arlo says, "Yeah, but why did you save us?" "I wasn't gonna let that giant baryonyx eat you guys. I heard you all screaming and running for your lives. I was with my friend Spiny, and I quickly went to go see what was up, and then I was gonna return back to him." "Oh, Aladar, what happened to you?" I don't know. Wait, how do you know my name?" "I know everyone's names. I know it might sound weird, but y'all are in movies." Speckles says, "What are you talking about?" "Never mind. Let me have a look." "Ooh, they're not too deep. I can fix it. Just hold on a second." Noah then gets some leaves and sticks them onto the wounds. Sorry. I should have warned you that it might sting a little." After sticking the leaves on the wounds, he says, "Now just let that stay. We don't want it to get infected." Speckles says, "Why are you helping us? You look like someone who wouldn't help dinosaurs like us." "Is it because I'm blue?" I get that a lot. But in all seriousness, I care for other dinosaurs. But those who stand against me will face my wrath. And I know all about you guys and all the adventures you've taken." Patchy says, It's really odd that you know all about us. How can we trust you? I mean, trust me. You can trust me. And if something goes wrong, Speckles, you can literally slit my throat. I will let you if something bad happens. All right. Well, thank you for saving me. Saving us, I mean. Now where is that one-eyed snake? Who? The monster that killed my family. Oh. He better not come back. Next time you see a one-eyed Tyrannosaurus Rex, kill him. Another pair of Noah's friends, two more Spinosauruses named Shredz and Spine, have just walked out of their cages.
Shredz, brother.
Spine.
It's good to see you again, my brother.
Same to you, brother. What should we do?
Let's explore a little bit. Just make sure we are not alone. Because maybe our friends are here as well.
Alright, let's go.
And with that, the two brothers make their way into the jungle. The Mortem Rex, the Ravager King, is a unique creature. People are basically convinced that this is basically part Godzilla. I mean, look at him. You can't tell me that he's not part Godzilla. I mean, what else would he be a part of? The Mortem Rex, he still remembers what has happened to him. Unlike all the other dinosaurs who have gotten their memories wiped every time they were in a battle. But Mortem Rex was able to remember every single time. The last time he appeared was in a Tyrannosaurus Rex battle royale where he was battling the Omega-09 and got killed by Gigas. Mortem Rex is right now trying to get vengeance on the Omega-09 just to show him who's boss, because the Omega-09 didn't really go too easy on him. Omega is powerful, but the Mortem Rex did not like that at all. Soon enough, Omega-09 is in the middle of the battlefield. The two powerful T-Rexes stare at each other. Then suddenly, the Mortem Rex starts to charge up in atomic breath and fires at the Omega-09. But his atomic breath is different. It's his enraged atomic breath, which managed to hurt the Omega-09 quite a lot. But the Omega-09 is too powerful. He didn't get injured by it, but it still hurt. The Omega-09 charges at Mortem Rex. Mortem Rex does the same. The two headbutt each other. Then Mortem Rex shoots another atomic breath in the Omega-09's face. Yet it still barely did anything to the Omega-09 due to him being very powerful. Then the Mortem Rex kicks the Mortem Rex in the face and then smacks him with his tail in the face. It seems like the Mortem Rex is very angry at him. The Omega-09 bites Mortem Rex in the neck and tosses him to the ground. But the Mortem Rex just gets back up and starts fighting again. The Mortem Rex has never acted like this before. He must be very angry at him. The Omega-09 attempts to smack the Mortem Rex with his tail. As he strikes at him, the Mortem Rex weaves and bites the Omega-09's tail, and then it throws him into the trees, and then shoots another atomic breath, setting the trees on fire while hitting the Omega-09. The Mortem Rex charges at Omega-09 still on the ground. Mortem Rex stomps on his chest and then roars loudly in his face. But he doesn't kill him. As the Mortem Rex catches his breath, he then gets off the Omega-09 and walks away. Omega-09 gets up. He nods as for respect. He respects the Mortem Rex. He fought well. He could have gone up and killed him, but not this time. He'll let him live. Omega-09 respects the Mortem Rex for fighting well against him. Omega-09 goes into the middle of the field, looking for any worthy opponents that challenges him. Because Omega isn't a bad guy, but when someone challenges him, it's on. Then suddenly he sees a green asteroid going towards the forest. And then it crashes in the forest, causing an explosion. What was that about? He decides to go check it out. Buck and One Eye are having an all-out brawl. One Eye has Buck by the neck, but Buck manages to get out and push him towards the cliff. One Eye almost falls off, but runs towards Buck and headbutts him, and then bites him to the neck, knocking him to the ground as he steps on his chest, and then he proceeds to tear a chunk out of him. Buck roars in pain, as suddenly there's a massive impact on the cliff. One Eye looks down to see the black jet T-Rex banging on the cliff, trying to knock them down. Then he looks at the two T-Rexes and roars loudly. One Eye does the same. As then a Jurassic Park Gallimimus starts to get close to the black jet T-Rex, the black jet T-Rex gets distracted and runs after it. Then Buck kicks One Eye, causing One Eye to fall off the cliff. But it wasn't a big cliff, so he managed to survive the fall. But in doing so, he's been bruised. Buck roars with triumph as he starts looking for his mate and his son. He can't remember the last time he's seen them, but he knows that he loves them very much. Buck can see the whole battlefield from up here. There's a lot of different places he can go. But in the distance, he can see a blue void that's inch by inch getting closer and closer. He doesn't know what that's about, but he doesn't want to find out. As he roars loudly, trying to call out to his mate. No response, just other dinosaurs fighting. None of them match his mate. Two Allosauruses with dorsal plates on them leave their cages and stare at each other.
Where am I? Who the hell are you?
Who are you?
You look like an off-brand version of me.
No, you do, because they're only one of me.
This is where you be quiet, because frankly, I don't care what you have to say.
Before they can continue arguing, they hear a battle going on. They look over to see a whole bunch of Allosauruses right next to them, and one T-Rex depending on what you call Guanji. Speaking of Guanji, Guanji is battling the carnivorous dinosaur hunter Allosaurus, while Broken Jaw is hiding behind Big Al, as Big Al is roaring at the Jurassic World Allosaurus.
Guanji?
Is that Big Al? And Broken Jaw.
Looks like we got ourselves an Allo squad.
Guanji and the carnivorous dinosaur hunter are actually having a pretty decent battle. This is a pretty big carnivorous Allosaurus. Then Guanji grabs him by the neck and throws him to the ground and jumps on him and then rips a chunk out of his throat. As the Jurassic World Allosaurus and Big Al are fighting, they're all interrupted by a weird purple and green T-Rex and a Velociraptor right next to him. Danny and Damien, who have come to stop this once and for all. You see, these millionaires are responsible for making prehistoric animals fight to the death for the entertainment, for the people. They have technology like any of us couldn't expect. They're walking it down the halls and they're seeing all types of these different rooms with different names on them, like Jurassic World Battle Royale, which is the room they were just in, but there was a dead body in there. T-Rex Battle Royale, but there was nothing but glasses in there. Jurassic World vs. Dinosaur King, Prehistoric Battle Royale, and a whole lot more where that came from. But they're trying to stop it, because it's wrong. Forcing these prehistoric animals to fight to the death is wrong. But they're trying to figure out, how did they get all these dinosaurs and prehistoric animals here in the first place? As they're walking, they soon hear cheering. They both hide behind the wall and make a phone call. Danny says, "Jacob, is everything alright?" "No, dude. Josh just released all the dinosaurs. And that's not good because one of these dinosaurs is a huge problem. I don't even know if I should even call him a dinosaur because he's something else." "What are you talking about?" "Who are you talking to, Jacob?" Josh says. No one. Next battle." Then suddenly, Danny and Damien pull out their guns and say, "Freeze! You're all under arrest." Josh says, "For what? Putting on a show?" "For animal neglect." Damien says, "What you're doing here is wrong. You're forcing these dinosaurs to kill each other. It's like forcing dogs to fight." "But don't you see what we can accomplish? We can make a fortune of this. People will pay money to see these prehistoric animals fight, and in all different types of forms. Some have powers, some don't. Some are huge, some are small, and some have very unique designs. And if you have something to say about it, well, I think these Deinonychuses might have something to say as well." Then suddenly, he has a dino holder in his hand and pulls from his pocket the Deinonychus card. He then swipes the card as they all corner both of them. Jacob says, "If I might ask, what are we gonna do with them?" "I have a very fun idea for both of them. You know those rooms we haven't used? Yeah, let's use them." As some guards throw them into these rooms, Damien is in one and Danny is in one. As Danny starts to catch his breath from struggling too much, he then sees something. It's a logo. It says, "Jolly Jurassic's Pizzeria." As for Damien's, it says, "Triassic Hall."